Hey, this is Beth, and I'm going to talk a little bit about, well, in the past 3 days, I've heard two people tell me that they are afraid to send their children off to kindergarten in the fall. One went to register her daughter, and she said she just didn't have a really good feeling about it. And I talked to another lady this morning who's just about to cry over it. So this video is for you, is for people who don't have a really good feeling about sending their child off to kindergarten coming up this school year. If your child's in kindergarten and you love it and all that, I'm not talking to you at all. But for the others, when I hear this, I'm going to tell you what comes to mind now, and then I'll go back to how I was feeling when I went through this process. Okay, now what comes to my mind is comedian Tim Hawkins. He's got this skit on going to Cracker Barrel for breakfast, and he's trying to order an omelet, and they say, "Sir, we don't serve omelets." And he's going, "Really?" "No, sir, we don't serve omelets." He's like, "You got some eggs?" "Yeah, we got eggs." "You got some cheese?" "We got cheese." "Got some peppers and onions and stuff?" "Yes, sir, we have all that." And he's like, okay, just make the omelet. Okay, that's how my brain processes that now. But if I can just go back in time 5 years ago when my oldest was ready for kindergarten, and wow, was I ever scared. I knew in the back of my mind, oh, it would be really nice if I could homeschool, but I also knew, I can't do that. You have to be like Wonder Woman to homeschool, and you have to know I don't know what I thought. You had to be superhuman for sure. But I mean, I was so insecure about that, I don't even think I told anybody that that's what I wanted to do. So anyway, I had my private Christian school picked out, and that was just fine until we had to move. So we moved to an area where the private Christian schools are significantly more expensive. So all that summer I'm going, oh no, what do I do? What do I do? And yes, I overanalyzed things, and I was about to make myself sick on trying to figure this out. And finally, I decided, you know what? It's kindergarten. It's kindergarten. I'm not teaching calculus. It's gonna be fine. Try kindergarten to see how it works. If you mess him up, you can send him off somewhere next year to be fixed. Okay, so that's what I did. And the really cool thing, once I made my decision, I started reading books, I started getting things to do and things to teach them, and praying through the entire process. And it's amazing how we ended up doing what we did. But by the end of kindergarten, my kid finished a 5th grade math book, which is another story in itself, because even if I'd spent all that extra money for the fancy Christian school, the private school, he would have still been in a classroom with a lot of other students, and it's just not feasible to take the whole classroom there. If you can go there and do 5th grade math in kindergarten, you're on your own because the whole class can't come with you. So in our case, he was my only kid in school, and I could do it. And somebody told me to try it, and I did, and it worked, and it was really good for him. And it was good for me too, because at the end of the year, he came to me one day and said, with his math book, and he said, "I'm finished." I'm like, "You're finished?" Oh yeah, we did a lesson a day, and actually we did 6 days a week because math is really important to me. But anyway, he finished the book. And so a lot of things started to sink in at that point. Number one, I guess the most important thing I realized was that was easy. That was easy. Here I am, scared out of my mind that I can't homeschool. And in reality, it was easy. And he did a great job. So I just got into my daily routine there. And then, 2 years later, I had the next kid. And then 2 years later, I had the next kid. And so this year I did 1st, 3rd, and 5th grades. And just kept going, and I haven't looked back. So if this is where you are, you don't have a good feeling about sending your child off to kindergarten in the fall, or, there's any concerns about, tuition for a private school, or any of these things, my main point is I want you to know it's not that hard. It's not that hard. If you stayed home with your kids since they were born and you raised them, it's easier than that. okay? It's just, I mean, they get bigger and they can do more things, and you can do it however you want. There's 1,000 ways. There's infinite number of ways. And I'm not the expert. And if I were the expert, I'm not the expert on your family. You are the expert on your family, and nobody knows your kids better than you do. And, you know, you get into this for a few years, and you and your friends, you start going, okay, it gets really fun. Like, I'm going to spend all my spare time thinking about what's the exact perfect lesson that I can give every kid every day, you know, just to the edge of their ability, to push them, but not too hard. You know, just, you can tweak it all kinds of ways. And then I've got friends who, there's just thousands of ways to do it. I don't want to unload all that on you now and overwhelm you. The step one is to just take a deep breath and realize it's just kindergarten. It's going to be okay. So if that's where you are, yeah. And if you will believe me when I say that it's doable, I would recommend finding some people in your area who homeschool. You can just like go to their house and see what they do. We would be glad to talk to you for 10 hours about exactly how we do everything. But, you know, it's not really necessary. You know, okay, and there's conferences, homeschool conferences. You can go there. Just hold back. Don't go spend $500 on curriculum, because you're probably not going to get the best one for you the first time you buy it. And then you get this curriculum guilt. Like, I spent all that money and I'm not using it and all that. So just take your time. I would spend my time now talking to people who homeschool, just getting an idea, reading about it. There's a book, The Well-Trained Mind, and that's what I started reading. It's going to tell you a really complicated, complex way to do it, but it's very thorough, and it gives you a lot of different, just a good understanding to let that get into your brain and start processing how you want to do it. I mean, it's kindergarten. When I started kindergarten, I thought, I'm not going to be one of those homeschool moms that says folding laundry all day and cleaning the kitchen and mopping the floors is school. You know, we're going to do academics. Okay, but the reality is your kindergartner is 5 or 6. And so there's only, you know, so much academic work you can get done. You need to start reading, writing, math. And you know what? They're not going to learn all those 3 at the same time. It's like, you know what? It's easier than potty training. You know, potty training was this big thing, and you have to teach it. But just like reading, writing, math, they're big things, and you have to teach them. But you don't have to teach them all at the same time. You don't have to like shut down life for 2 weeks until you know how to read, and then we can go on with life again. You know, it can be a slow process, like 5 minutes a day. And of course, all the rest of the time you're spending, you can make school out of it. But yeah, don't get bogged down about, I might be the only one on the planet who got bogged down about that anyway. I'm going to do academics for 4 hours. Well, he did end up doing the 5th grade math book in kindergarten, but that's a different story. Okay, I would spend time talking to people. I'd read some books on it. Oh, there's blogs and websites everywhere, because in our area, well, I don't know, it's really growing, and I think I'm like in the homeschool capital of the world here in Middle Tennessee. Read some books. If you're a Christian, I would check out Robinson Curriculum. You can watch that video. It's about 2 hours. And just start listening to the different methods, because they're night and day difference. But they'll all, you know, you can pull bits and pieces, or you can find something that works exactly for you. You can put it together exactly what you need and exactly what your family needs. My little guy, you know, unfortunately, he does his best work at 10:30. He stalls all day long. It's 10:30. Okay, we're going to do our math now. I'm working on that. So you're going to have your challenges here and there, and they're going to change all the time. But I hope that I've encouraged you at least to give it some thought. It's not hard. You don't have to be super mom. You know what? If you get your kids up and take them to school every morning and then run them around to baseball practice and all this and all that, you are super mom anyway. Okay? Public school moms tend to look at us homeschool moms and think, I can't do that. And we look at you guys and go, there's no way I could do that. But the truth is, we are all moms. We're all just alike, more or less. And we can all do any of it because they're our kids, and we'll do whatever we think they need. So, thanks for listening. Oh, one more book. They're Your Kids. If you know Kevin Sorbo, Hercules, God's Not Dead, this is his wife. They're Your Kids. It's a really good book, and if I'm a little distracted, it's because my kids are sneaking into the room. Hey, okay. There you go. Ha! Cameo. Thanks for listening. You can do it.
And be sure to check out Epic Ethan 50.
Okay, I can't believe I just talked for 10 minutes about homeschool, about Christian homeschool, and I didn't mention Classical Conversations, which is my life. You know, found Classical Conversations. At the same time, I found Robinson Curriculum. So we've been doing it for 5 years, and they call it CC for short, because it takes forever to say Classical Conversations a whole lot of times. So CC was started by a lady. She's an engineer, and she homeschooled her kids, and all her friends started dropping out of homeschooling to put their kids into public school for high school because they thought we can't do it. So the whole program was created to encourage moms. Yes, you can do it, no matter the subject. Every mom can teach everything, and it's no problem. Anyway, it would be great if this were the school year and you could go visit a community and sit in on their classes one day and just see what it is. Or if it's summertime, there should be a free 3-day parent practicum coming to your area. Whether you do CC or not, you could go and at least meet a lot of homeschoolers in your area and make some friends. So I think, no, that's never all I have to say. But anyway, that's enough for now. Thanks for listening.
Bye.